Hi, I'm Stephen Holden, Executive Head Teacher, and you join me at part 3 of a series of videos aimed at NQTs who are trying to get a foothold in education, and it's the end of September now, so you might still be looking for that first school. You might be on supply at the minute, or you might have a temporary contract. In video 1, I talked about choosing the right school. In video 2, I explained how to shine in your interview application process and if you're already working in a school. And in this video, I'll be explaining how it's a diverse world out there, because how schools are led and managed can make a huge difference to your well-being. I shared in the first video a statistic from 2017 that 1 in 6 teachers didn't make it out of their NQT year before leaving the profession. And I think that's ridiculous. And I said then, this isn't because they chose the wrong career. I put it to you that they just chose the wrong school. But the way that a school is led and managed is what makes a school's ethos and vision. And that you really need to get your head around before you choose the school, because we need you to stay in this career. We want you to stay in the schools and really change children's lives. So what can you do to try and find out the type of leadership styles of a school that you're thinking of joining? Well, there's plenty of research out there, and I'm going to show you a couple of pictures of just some types of leadership. Here's the first one, made me giggle. There are 8 types of leader here. You've got the visionary, the one that sees shiny things and keeps going for new things all the time. You've got the operator, the person that loves a plan and can't deviate from that plan. You've got the compromiser, somebody that loves a debate and wants to hear everybody's point of view. You've got the drill sergeant who just barks orders because they've already decided the way that they want things to go. You've got the cheerleader, the person that loves to say how amazing everything is and buy everybody pizza, is what it says there. You've got the parrot, the one that just repeats what they've heard before, so they can hear something good that they've seen on a course, and then all of a sudden they're doing it in their school. You've got the windbag who just goes on and on and on, and you've got the coach, the one that says play hardball and give it 110%. And I know it's a bit of a funny thing, but it makes you realise that there's a lot of research out there to explain what makes a great leader. I'll flick this one up. I won't go on about it too long, but this is the different types of leader based on 2 axes, really. One axis is about how much service that person gives. So how hard do they work and what input do they give into the school? The other axis is what is their spirit like? Are they high-spirited or low-spirited? Because if you get somebody who gives you low service and low spirit, you've got what's called a lazy leader on here. But if you've got someone who gives you high spirit and high service, you've got an all-star leader. And don't you want to be working for that guy? But how do you know? So let's have a look. I'm going to read these to you, but whilst I read what are the 10 traits of an effective leader, I want you to think about what is the focus of all these 10 things in this list. So an effective leader has the ability to embrace their own vulnerability. They have ability to dig deep. They have the ability to admit when they've made a mistake. They have an aptitude for reflective thinking. They have the ability to communicate a compelling vision. They demonstrate self-understanding and self-management. They demonstrate the ability to lead authentically, to use deep listening skills, to display emotional intelligence, and to have high-level relationship management skills. 10 things of an effective leader. But it didn't mention the one that can write a brilliant school improvement plan, or the one that can write a killer SEF, or do staff meetings, or have a system of assessment in place, or a good curriculum. It all talked about that person, the emotional intelligence of a leader to be able to create meaningful relationships. Now, wouldn't you want to work for that person? Well, I would. But here's the question. How will I know? And this is what I'm asking you to do as you get to know a school before you apply. You need to start to understand or try to understand what makes that leader tick. And you can do it by using your eyes. So when you see the leader, and it might mean on a tour or when you walk around the school, what do you see? Is that person a present leader? When they walk around, does everybody know who they are? Are the kids happy to see the leader? Do the staff look positive when they see the leader? What do you see as that leader walks around the school? Are people scared of them? I mean, what does that tell you about the way that they will lead and manage their team then? That's a worry, isn't it? How do people respond to their presence is a really important thing that you might just want to keep your eyes open for so that you can understand what type of leader that person is. If you're already in that school, how are staff meetings received? So if you do go to staff meetings, do people actively engage with what leadership are saying? Because if so, that looks like a collaborative place, somewhere where ideas are accepted and mistakes are welcomed because it's all part of learning. Or are they dictated to? Are you in a staff meeting where people are just told what to do? What does that tell you about the leader? Or even worse, is everybody just bored and apathetic? They don't listen. It's just, because what does that tell you about leadership? If people aren't happy and excited and engaged when leadership are speaking, use your eyes to see if you can spot what makes this school tick and how it's led and managed. Next, using your ears. So how does that leader speak to children and staff when they're walking around if you are on a tour? Are they relentlessly positive? I spoke about that before, because if they're not, how are they going to lead and manage that team day in, day out? How do people talk about them? I mean, you can use your ears to the ground. You could have a look on Twitter. You could see what staff are saying. And do we have a positive relationship with our senior leadership in a school? Because if not, do you want to be part of a full-time member of staff there? Maybe not. And what's the word on the street? I remember when I started my first headship, there was one sentence I wanted the staff to say about me, and it wasn't that he was a great leader because I was a new leader. It wasn't that I know what I'm doing because, right, in my early headship, I didn't know everything back then. Still don't now. I'm still learning every day. I just wanted people to say, he's all right, he is. And that is the most important thing. Are people saying about the leaders that they're all right then? Because that simple phrase means that they are emotionally intelligent, that they're starting to make relationships that we talked about earlier, these high-level relationship management skills. Because although you're not there to be liked as a leader, it goes a massive way to making sure that staff will run through brick walls for you. And that's the type of team, if I was an NQT, that's the type of leader I would want to be working for. Somebody that I believed in and I had a relationship with. So use your ears to see what the word on the street is. Finally, is the feel. I don't mean feel your leaders. You won't get a job if you do that. What I mean is, what does it feel like to be in that building? Because that will have permeated from senior leadership. When you walk in, does it feel like a positive place to be? Because if it does, that is led from the top. And you want to be in a school where you can almost touch the positivity. There's something in us that's grown from thousands of years of millions of years of evolution that makes you know when something's not right. When you walk in a building, you think, there's just something not right here. Then trust that instinct. It probably means that something's just not right. But the opposite is true. You also have this feeling when something just feels right. It's definitely true for the schools in which I work. You can feel it when you walk in. And that's not because of me, that's because of all the leaders in school and all the staff, leadership at all levels, being relentlessly positive and wanting to make a difference to children. And if you can feel it when you walk in, then I think that's probably a good school to start to get involved with. So, if you do want to choose the right school for you, you've got to have a look at leadership because it's a diverse world out there. Use your eyes, your ears, and try and feel what it's like to be in a school. In conclusion then, I'm just going to summarise the 3 videos that you've seen in this series about trying to nail on the right school for you. And in video 1, we talked about will any school do? And the answer is no. And if I could crystallise that video, I would say that your school that you're thinking of joining has to fit you, not the other way around. And just remember there's 16,000 to choose from. So if a school doesn't feel right, walk on and find another one, because if you're not happy, you won't survive in this career. And we need you to, because we need high quality teachers in front of our children. They deserve nothing less. Choose the right school. My second video crystallised is that your experiences, your personality, and your relentless positive work ethic is what will make a difference, will make you stand out from the crowd. So make sure it permeates in your letter and in your application and in when you're in the interview and when you're walking around the building. Relentless positivity with a positive, bubbly attitude. And like I said in that video, if you don't have a personality, you're in the wrong career. Finally, from the video that you're listening to now, watch, listen and feel leadership in a school. Not feel your leaders, feel the leadership. What is it like to be in a school? Use your eyes to see, use your ears to hear what people are saying, and use your instincts to feel the positivity in a building. So those are my conclusions, and I want to end in saying this. You're at the start of your career, and I know it's the end of September, or I know that you've not secured your first job yet, but don't give up, because you are doing such an amazing job. And I'm 20 years in education now, and every single day is brilliant. It's hard, of course it is. I said in video 2, you've got to work hard in this career, of course you do. That doesn't mean to say it's not rewarding. So don't give up if you've not found that brilliant school for you. Hopefully the information in these videos have given you a bit of a leg up, and hopefully I'll be hearing from you soon, either on the website or through Twitter, about the successful school that you've got into. Good luck, choose the right school and be happy. Thank you.